seem a bit glitchy. Am I in slow motion? Well, we'll see what happens. Hello, happy Friday, and welcome to the last Best of Both Worlds live stream for May, because, warning, warning, next week, no videos. I shall be back with you after a week off. So that will be the June kit and supply list and all of that. We will be in June after a week. But it is still May. Do not worry. It is not even the last day of May. We are all good. And today we're going to make our monthly wood grain layout, because every month's kit in 2025, the aim is to have a single sheet, at least a single sheet of wood grain that I then use as a background for one of the pages that month. And we haven't done it yet so far in May, so we better do it today. So that's what we're going to do today. And while we were waiting, we did a little poll to see what you might want to have as the topics of those early birds. Got to choose what we're going to scrapbook today, and they chose the 4 3x4 photos I've got from the West End Flea Market. So we are going to put those on wood grain and go with that. Fabulous. Now, a little flip through, and I have remedied the missing photo situation from earlier in the week. So we have got 2 3x4s here. Journaling's going to go all in here. 2 4x6 with journaling box here. 2 3x4s with a paper stack and the journaling already on that one. Boo, boo, boo. 2 4x6 and the journaling's going to go here and here, straight onto the background. 1 4x6, and we made this space into a journaling area. It's not actually printed that way. We just drew it on with a ruler and a pen. I really love this corner of layering. It makes me very happy. And then this was the one where I couldn't get it printed, but I have now. So we have 2 4x6 photos of before, well, the start line and the finish line of the race, and the journaling is going to go in here. And I'd like to figure out some sort of layering that I can then also somewhere put a 5 and a K on there, but I'm not quite sure what that's going to be yet. But maybe I just chunky cut it out of the purple, maybe. All right, so that is what we have made in May. It has been May. And now one more. So we've got these to do today. And we've got this wood grain paper, which this month's wood grain paper is from Echo Park. And they have a whole collection called Wood Grains. So this is Wood Grains Cool. And this one is Pale Wood Grain. Right. So we're going to use some pale wood grain. We're going to go ahead and look at all the leftovers we have, all the scraps and cut apart pieces. Like, they're not from cut aparts, but pieces that have been cut apart. To see what we could put with these. And we've got a little bend and snap. Bend and snap. And in our photos today, we have a selfie that he took with the sign while we were waiting to go in. And him finding the item on display on sale that he had signed, because this is a whole cast signed poster, and that was essentially why we went. He was really, really excited to be able to sign something that was being sold. So that was pretty cool. So we went to go see it. And then when we were there, like 2 seconds after this, somebody pops up to buy it, because she came all the way to the market trying to buy that exact item, and we were right there. And then this is actually from the silent auction, so I've taken the photograph from the website. So I could just do those 3, because those obviously go together really well. Optional, last photo here. So there were 2 items from their show in the West End Flea Market. The big poster that was signed by everybody, and then these went into the silent auction, which is a pair of rehearsal skates from one of the lead principals, and the whole cast, including WB, has signed this pair of skates, and in the photo we could see his signature, so I went ahead and printed that out. Now, I think the bidding stops today, and the last time I checked, they were up to 500 pounds. So we love that. That's great. A little bit of reality that's really quite funny. So like I was saying, this moment happened very fast and was very coincidental. It's also a really crowded space, so you usually have people everywhere. It just happened that this was against a wall. So when I grabbed this photo of the two of them really quickly, there's a sign for the toilets in between their faces, and it has an arrow that points to WB's face. Could I take it out? I suppose yes. I have not. I'm just going with the reality of it. And it kind of made us giggle. So that's what we have today. Right, let's look at what scraps we have left over in this kit. We've got this stripe, also this stripe. We've got these stars, but I was going to use them on the facing page from the 5K. So I think I will hold off on that today unless I just use a little bit of it. I've got these rainbows, which is that color on the back. I've got this much of the yellow, which is that on the back, and this much of the turquoise, which is that on the back. We've got some of the vellum. Definitely want to use that today. Don't be saving it and not using it. Let's use it, use it, use it. Okay, but we've not done too badly here. Now remember, this month's kit was all about let's take these papers and then use stuff in our stash. So I don't have embellishments. I do have my letter stamps. But otherwise, we'll put this together with the paper, and then we will then we'll see what embellishments we want to put in with it. Yes? All right. And in the live chat, there's a little discussion about Middle America. Is there a place near Kansas City, in the metro area, that people of a crafty nature meet up anymore? Please let me know. If there's a time and place that I should show up in a crafty place next week in the Kansas City metro area, let me know. Can you work it out? What should I be doing? Thank you very much. Right. Let's do the speech and get on with today. Hello, my name's Shimelle. I teach online scrapbooking classes, design scrapbooking products, and help you use them to tell your stories in a creative way. It's not just my hobby, it is my job, and that means anytime you scrapbook on the internet, it's considered advertising, and legally I need to make sure you're aware of that. So thank you for coming to watch my hashtag advertising. I appreciate you being here, whether you are live, chatty, watch from Tomorrowland, quiet, craft, don't craft, think about coming back to craft. You're all welcome here, and all the links you might need are probably in the description box with this video. That includes all this month's supplies, that's May. Next month's supplies, that's June, and we are going all in on Live the Dream. So my the collection, I don't know what adjective to use. Anyway, the collection that has just come out with American Crafts, my collection that's just come out with, so there we go. It's been an interesting little journey of designing a product collection and having the company that commissioned it be sold between me commissioning it and it coming out. So I'm just not quite sure what to call it, but it's called Live the Dream. So let's call it that. And there's a whole bunch of it in next month's kit. So you can still get that. I'll check in just a second to see if there's a discount code for you this week if you want to order it this weekend. Right. And where you can find me on the internet, classes are at shimelle.com. You can find me on Instagram as Shimelle, and you can find our Facebook group at Scrapbook Like a Superhero. All those things are linked in the description box. However, we're nearly to 30,000 people in the Facebook group. That blows my mind. So if there's anybody you think should be in there and they're not in there, or if you are both scrapbooky and on Facebook but are not in Scrapbook Like a Superhero, join us, because the giant round number will blow my mind. But I promise to keep it inside my skull. That's where it belongs. Also, last comment before we go back to scrapbooking. I call this outfit the Cheshire Cat's secret hobby is scrapbooking. You just wouldn't know because the Cheshire Cat disappears. Right. So Nikki says, are you designing anymore? I don't know. It's not a painful thing. At this point in time, so Nikki says, is it painful to talk about? It's not that it's painful. It's ridiculously boring at this point because it's all contractual. It's honestly not my choice. Would I love to have an answer? Yes. But my contract was sold with the company, and until they decide to either commission something or release me from it, I'm stuck. I'm right there stuck. So we will wait and see. There we go. All right? Okay. So, yeah. It's not painful. It's just, it's just boring and, like, there's no answer for me at the moment. So, yeah. Would I like to? Yes. Okay. Right, so we got Jolene with her daughter coming up from Joplin, and Marvine maybe coming up from Wichita. I just want to throw it out there that people in the Kansas City metro area, you do not need to have a name that ends in "een." You are also welcome. But if there are more people with a first name that ends in "een," please show up, because that would be brilliant. And Jolene, I'm going to try to remedy my voice. Can you tell I'm still a sultry alto this week? Before I meet you in person, because we got to do some singing. All right, so we got those. April's just going to drive up from Florida. I feel that that's a bit far. But, you know, maybe you're a big fan of Marvine and Jolene and you need to come see them from Florida. Come on up. Georgia, are you just here to heckle today? Now we wait to see how long it takes for Georgia to have a witty come back and heckle me. All right. Oh, I just realized that one account that like randomly says something at the beginning of all the lives lately and then just disappears. Like when we're all saying hello, they say goodbye. They haven't turned up today. We'll see what happens. Watch, I might have just Beetlejuiced it. Okay. It's not an Australian scrapbooker, don't worry. I get that sometimes you guys say goodbye when we're saying hello. But it's just a random YouTube account. Jolene, you got it. Possibly with two-part harmony. We'll see if we can harmonize Jolene for you. Yeah. Oh, a little update on photos. So I've got selfie ink again because, I don't remember who said it in the comments of the last video, but somebody commented to say, I've just looked on Amazon and the ink is 28 pounds. Like, what are you talking about? So it had dropped overnight between the live stream and the replay when the person commented. So I went ahead and bought a box at 28 pounds. 28 pounds is more than it used to be. Used to buy it for 23. But it's a lot less than it was the day before. So I bought some. That's good. But I also went to the Fuji store to get some prints. They are really nice quality prints. I keep forgetting to check if I can put white borders on in their shop. And as soon as the first one spits out the machine, I go, why did I not check? I feel like I can, but I haven't never remembered to. Anyway, the quality is really nice, but in my head, it was 45p per print. It's not. It's 85. But the more you print at the same time, the price goes down. But that's not on the wall. So I don't quite understand because I printed 18 and I didn't pay the full 85 pence. It came up with a discount when she put it into the register. And the till. I don't know. So I don't quite understand what the discounting is. But I also think, as much as I love the Fuji store, I believe it's just the one in London. So that's not useful, really, to give as advice. But if you are in London, if you're going to go do prints at like the Boots, right before holiday, I got to get all the laundry done. So this is not an earthquake. This is the washing machine on the spin cycle. I'm really sorry. Okay. Anyway, if you're going to print photos at Boots on the little kiosk, which I have done many times and then had a little sad face about it because everything comes out way too warm. it's worth you going to the Fuji store on Longacre if you're in central London. If you're on the edges, then I get it. But if you are close enough, like literally there's a Boots on the other end of Longacre. It's like 500 paces, and if that. And the quality is really rubbish. But the Fuji store, the quality is good. But 85 pence per 4x6 photo. All right, let's see what we can do with these. I'm feeling like these go in chronological order like that. What do I have that's wide enough that they can go on? These. Let's use the pink size. Okay. Sorry if it's super shaking. I worked out mathematically. I had to do a load of laundry during this or I won't get everything washed that I need. Is it the print paper and ink that has dropped? Yeah, just on Amazon the price came down. Oh, that's not the order I want them in. I want them all in one box. Yeah, the price on Amazon, I don't know what it is today. And let me show you what the box looks like so that you know the box has changed color. So it's not that it's a fake ink, you know, like a compatible. So it now looks like this. I think I probably have the old box here too, so hold on. Yeah. So it used to look like that. Oh, which was also a bigger box. And it now looks like this, but that is the Canon one. That's not a compatible. Okay. All right. How many cartridges did we get in the old one? That was the thing I couldn't tell. So the cartridges are white now, and there's 2 in the box for 108 prints. Were there? Oh yes, there were 3 in the old one. Yeah. So the cartridges last longer now. Okay, so let's start with that. Michelle would like to hear from anybody who prints their photos with Epson EcoTank. I don't have any Epson printers, but somebody might have them. Yes, Georgia says it's good that they've gone from 3 ink cartridges to 2 because it's plastic that gets thrown away. Correct. We like that little improvement. We'll take it. It does make you wonder, why did they need 3 in the first place? Joanne says in Australia, it's $31 at Big W. I have no idea how that translates, but I believe you. Liz, how have your prices, if you've got it on subscription on Amazon, how even has your pricing been? Because I had an item that has nothing to do with scrapbooking, a hair care item, on subscription, and it was one of those things a bit like this ink where the price is a bit volatile. It just keeps changing, and so I ended up canceling it because one month, the day of the subscription, it jumped 10 pounds. It went from 20 pounds to 30 pounds, which to me is too much. Sorry. Let's make the robot stop beeping. Beep boop. Done. Okay. It's not going to shake anymore. That's good. Okay, so we've got this much. Let's ink this to get a bit of definition between that, because we got quite a pale combination here. What are we going to journal on today? Like a wide journaling box from that. This is our best bet for journaling boxes. And I'm feeling like maybe get Miss Pac-Man to help me with this journaling box. That's ended up with quite a few little handy journaling box size pieces, actually, so I can pull those in for small stories the rest of that month in the album. Ooh, that gives me a good question, actually. So the new stories from Old Stash, the week off is the halfway point, so then we do another that much on the other side of the break. And I believe that we finished January stories, and we're going to finish February. We're either going to do most of March or all of March, and that will have all worked into to that particular class. Then we start again. Tell me if there is a particular topic that you would really like the next batch to focus on. It's not a promise, but this is your opportunity. Should you wish to say, I wished you would do this, now is your time. And so I have plans, ideas, all sorts of things like that. But if you want to voice an opinion on what you would like to see after the Old Stash theme, now's your chance. I do have a trimmer. I have trimmers on both sides of me all the time. But I just mostly use scissors because I like them. I wanted to put the turquoise in between. And I kind of want some rainbows in here somewhere. I mean, okay, so we'll do. Oh, I know what I can do with the trimmer even. Corinne says, the new class with Old Stash, is that where you also do your 6x12 inserts for the month? The 6x12 inserts for the month, like the January, February, they all follow the same exact pattern. So I don't feel like I can charge you for that on its own. So I'm just, I'll stick them up as like short form videos and put them up under YouTube Shorts and Reels, that sort of thing. I can do that. They just repeat. So we can do that. Okay, so now we've got these to layer up. Like that. Yeah, that'll work. Are all of my albums the same color? No. So for a long time, they were all black. So most of my, probably 2/3 of the albums are all just the black fabric colored ones from American Crafts. But then, yes, Joanna, there are specialty papers coming up in Old stash, don't worry. Not a lot of acetate though, because I just don't like it. A little bit, but not a lot. I mean, I really like the old Hambly ones, so that's in there. But I don't like a lot of the modern ones. I always ask for my specialty papers to be vellum, and if you get one that's in acetate, then I've been overruled, because I never choose acetate. Anyway, so my albums, I have lots of black fabric albums, and then I was doing black for just ordinary annual books and red for trips. And then American Crafts started putting out all these different patterned ones with each collection. And so they came in packs of 2 if you're buying wholesale. So I just started tacking on to my orders and getting a set of 2 of each one. So then I have all of these multicolored and random patterns. And now where I am is that I have filled all the albums I have, but I am not allowing myself to have any more albums. So when I need a new album to work on, I go through old ones and decide, you know, maybe these 2 upgrade albums could really go into one because they don't fill a whole binder and I'm not really looking to work on them anymore. And then I take that. So right now, the albums that I work in are completely random because it's just whatever I find on the shelf that I can condense and reclaim. In terms of where my albums live, let me draw you a diagram. Because you're not going to get a tour of this. It's too invasive, in my opinion. I don't want to show you my living room. They don't live in my craft room. Okay. So our house is a terraced house, so it has this sort of shape. And here's the front door to the world. Yes. This is my kitchen. But it's all open plan. Yes. These are the stairs here. Okay. Now, we have bookshelves. They go all the way here and all the way here. Yeah? And we designed it so that the top shelf of all of that fits albums. And the type of shelving we have is this. It's very mid-century modern because our house is mid-century modern. So we went with something that is very true to the design ethos of the property itself. Cool, cool. The only bit that made me worried at first is that this is an entire wall of window. And then I was like, if I'm putting the albums over here, but actually it works out just fine. They're all closed. The spines are to the light, and this part actually stays quite dark because it's close to the ceiling. So there's no light getting in there. And this one's behind, there's a little wall behind the front door here, so there's no sun getting on there. But that's where they live. And then whatever albums I'm working with end up right next to me while I'm working, but once they're done, they go on those shelves. And this is like our living room here. Does that make sense? There you go. All right, back to this. I was thinking of putting some ink on this wood grain, which is why I have not stuck any of that down yet. So I know it's like kind of red and blue branding, but I'm going with pinks because if I put red ink on a page, then it's going to look like a crime scene. Like ink, no, just no. So instead, I'm going to do some shades of pink. Nikki says, what are the 6x12 inserts you're talking about? Okay, let me find where the, oh, of course I've put the current album in a totally bonkers place. The 6 by 12 inserts that people are talking about are these. So every month in my album starts with a 6 by 12 piece that follows the same exact format. A selfie of us here, usually a picture of him doing some sort of eating somewhere here. This is a pack of monthly layeredy die cuts, so they just get plonked on there. And there's a card to match for each month. And then I fill the rest with stuff from that same collection. So that's it. Cool. I did the same thing throughout last year, just with a different collection, so they looked slightly different, but not all that different. Are my shelves heavy? Yes, but that particular set of shelving, if you look it up, it can carry a lot. So we're good. We're good. Okay, starting with the palest one, which is giving me nothing. Just load her up a bit more. Oh no, Corinne's albums are multicolored, and they're on 2 shelves that are above her head in her scrap room, but she had to put up a second shelf because it started buckling. Don't let it fall on your head. We don't want that. Okay, for how pale this wood grain is, I thought the color would show up instantly. This is interesting. Okay, we're getting there. It's just taking a lot of ink. Let's go one shade darker. Let's see what we get. Okay. Bit more glow there. Why is that one coming unglued? Don't love that. That's probably why you're not supposed to store them on their sides. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Sorry. Thanks a lot. Elbow grease this one. I wonder if it's something about the paper stock. You never know. Every paper's got its own kind of vibe. Brushes, you always need more ink than you think. Well, almost always, except the one time that you don't, and then you end up with a big splotch. So who knows? Who knows? Oh, there we got actual ink coming through. Hello? See, that would be the one time. The pink matches my sweater. Yay. Okay, we're starting to get a loaded brush now. Remember, this is all in layering, so I'm not worried about stuff like that. It's going to be fine. This is interesting. I've never had a brush do quite this, and I just always assumed all these brushes from different companies were made in the same factory. But this definitely feels different to my hero brushes. Who knew? I want to do that so badly, but then I'll just be covered in pink ink. See, it's getting stuck in the middle in little blotches. It's going to be fine, but it's weird. Oh, Michelle, I think what you'll find is that if you do try to start an album plan where they're all going to be the same, the powers that be will decide they're not making that album anymore or something. And so most of us are a little bit more relaxed because the alternative is panicking that your albums don't look the way you wanted them to. Nobody needs that energy. So yeah, just go with mismatched from the beginning and enjoy all the different colors and patterns you like. Okay, so now I'm not going to add any more, except did I need to make that way wider? Yeah, I did. Okay. We'll go wider. So I am going to add some more. But then I'm going to go in and try and even out where this brush is giving me these weird blotches. And I'm going to do another little layer, but with a slightly different technique over the top. Blend. Nikki says, bleach it with water drops to make the blotches less blotchy. Yes, you can do that, but I don't want to put any water on this. Oh, Jolene, you are the sweetest. But yes, of course you can use water for various looks with oxides. But shockingly, you know my answer is usually more. So that's what I'm going to do. I loved, so the Facebook group is huge, but it's like a way bigger world than the people who watch here, right? So those of you who go to both places and you watch the live streams and you've been watching my videos, be it in classes or whatever, for years, kind of know my vocabulary. And when there was a thread recently about like, what have you learned from the way that Shimelle teaches scrapbooking? And lots of people just commented, more, M-O-A-R, in all capital letters, or various takes on that. And then the people who are in the group but don't ever watch my videos were like, what are you trying to say? What? Do you mean M-O-R-E? Why? And then somebody was saying, you know, it's like a roar. She roars. I'm like, oh, well, I like the idea that it's more combined with a roar, but I had never thought of it like that. It is most definitely just a leftover from the lolcat era, and that mixed with Little Mermaid is how it ended up here. But as a design tactic, it just makes sense in the way that I scrapbook. And oh, the responses just really made me giggle, and I just kept thinking, now please, everybody just come watch. Nikki's like, no, I was also saying that. Well, there were some that definitely have never watched, and that was really funny. Let's do some stars, but I like this one today. And so now I'm going to go the brighter pink. and put that over the top. So now the blotches, I've brushed them out quite a lot. And then because I'm going to layer color over the top, they're not going to be so obvious. Michelle saw the conversation and then laughed more. More! Yes. Oh, I just weirded myself out and I have to inform you. This is my first live stream with varifocals. Is it weird? Yes. Yes, it is. I've only had them 2 days. I think I'm past the feeling seasick part. Okay, Debbie, just give me a second when I'm not holding a stencil and I will write your name down so that I can get back to you after the live stream, okay? But you can always, if you need customer service while I'm away, Nikki, you're good. Message Alice, send an email to Alice, and her email is alice.shimelle.com@gmail.com. Okay? And if you send her a message, she will be able to help with customer service while I am away for a week. Yeah. And she can always help you with stuff like, I don't know how to log into the forum, in case you are needing a faster response. No problems. Oh, I don't really need to do this corner. That's not going to show. Okay, but we'll do these. So we end up with that little soft stars over here. Let's put some soft stars on the other side. Oh, okay. Let me definitely take your name at the end and after this, and then not at the end of the video. You don't have to stay that long. But just let me finish the stenciling. I'll take your name and make sure we get you sorted. No worries. This stencil was a freebie around Christmas time with the kit 1 week or 1 month, 1 week, and it's really quite pretty. And I don't think I've ever used it as the full circle. Maybe once in my Christmas journal, but mostly I do this and just put it around the edges of things, and I like it. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about this brush. I might need to do a side-by-side comparison one day because it just doesn't, I thought it would feel more similar than it does. Okay, oh, I don't know what the stencil is. Let me see if I have the package. So we've got that, and this is gonna happen. Nope, that's the journaling. Ooh, what have I just got turquoise on? Where does that come from? Just so I don't put it anywhere else. What did I do? Oh, it's the edge of the stencil. Okay. All right. So we're going to have that, and we're going to have this. Okay, let me write down in my magic book. Okay, Debbie B. If I search for Debbie B in my inbox, is that what I need to find you, or is that okay? I don't need you to like put your whole identity out there. I just mean if your payment's under a different name or something, or if you use a username instead of it. But I can happily go looking for Debbie B. Okay, what brush am I using today? That one is the scrapbook.com one that was a freebie recently. Okay. Oh, I've got your name. Fabulous. Yep, that's fine. I got it. Thank you very much. I will sort that out for you. Corinne says she doesn't see Christmas on her classes. That sounds like you've ended up with multiple accounts, which happens some reason for Christmas more than it happens any of the other classes. So Let's see what I can do. All right, let's start sticking. So this going up to, I know I'm going to have to work the turquoise in because it's kind of all over now. It's okay. I'll just add some turquoise elements. Here. Turning space here. I kind of want to line it up with those rainbows. Yeah? Oh, Corinne, so 2 things in that one comment, Corinne. Everyone has Journal Your Christmas, like it shows, but you only can access it once it's added to your account, okay? It shows on everybody's list because it's the OG class, but you can only then go into it after that. But when you think you have one account, when I say you have multiple accounts, you wouldn't know that you have multiple accounts. So it happens every once in a while when people sign up with different things, and then it creates a new account for you, but you wouldn't necessarily know that. And it doesn't show up as some sort of warning for me either. So the only way we find it is if somebody goes, I paid for this and I don't see it. And then we go in during, why does that happen? And inevitably then we find out and go, oh, because you've got like this account that's called Corinne and then this other account that's called Corinne V. And that just has the class that you are missing. And so it doesn't happen like to everybody, but it does happen. And it's one of the more common things that goes wrong. And so when people say, I paid for this, but I can't access it, that's usually it. Does that make sense? So you wouldn't know that you have this other account because you'd be thinking it should just show up on the one that I have. Yeah? Okay. So then we go searching and we find an extra. Now, embellishment. So we've gone with stars here. And what else shall we add in? And I think I just put this in small stories next, and then I could write in what the skates actually sell for in the end. I like that kind of concept. Oh, there's still a scrapbook store? Amazing. Okay, Alice got back to you, but you can't see anything. Okay, let me ask her what's up. Because... Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. When you say you can't see the videos, but you mean like you can't see the class content at all. You can see Journal Your Christmas and you click on it and it says, no, you don't have permission to view this, right? Not like you get to the place, but the videos don't play for you. Just checking. All right. Oh, vellum. I didn't put the vellum in. We definitely need the vellum in. Okay. Oh, I love this. We have 2 people who live in the Midwest, but neither of them live in Kansas City, trying to figure out where the best place would be to go in Kansas City. And we have me, who lived there a lifetime ago, but has no idea what's there now. Okay, it says you can't access the class. Okay, that's fine. All right, now do we put the vellum over or under? It's kind of pretty over, but I think under these 2 because I want some brightness. Okay. Beatrix, so Beatrix, you need a little bit more specifics. So use what you buy is a whole concept rather than a class. So there are assorted different classes under that umbrella that are ready to go for you anytime you would like them. So you could go sign up for the options you would have would be stamp sets. Use your stamp sets, use your stencils, use your bold papers, and use your stickers. Okay, so those 4 are available anytime. They are on the, if you go to the little sidebar and use the online classes sign up anytime button, they're all on that list. The classes that I'm teaching currently, I have the 1-2 punch, which is all about using your punches, but it's a longer class than the use what you buy because those are just 4 videos. 1-2 punch has 20 videos. And then I'm also teaching a class called New Pages from Old Stash, which is essentially use what you bought a long time ago. And that's also a more extended class. Both of those are available in the top post at shimelle.com, like the main blog. They're both listed in the stuff that's going on right now. Does that help answer your question? There we go. But I am now currently in a spot where I don't have anything that has been announced but hasn't started yet. Yeah, because we did Scrap and Learn last weekend. Georgia was there even though she was poorly. Yeah, okay. Shall we do a little dive into the embellishment basket that I neglect? What could we pull out? Oh, I said I needed turquoise and I needed stars. Well, that's at the top of that basket. What else is here? These are puffy. What else we got in here? I have s'mores stickers. I need to eat some s'mores so that I can use them. Seems legit to me. Labels. Want to do labels? Let's see. There's some turquoise in there. I think that might be useful. What's in there? Oh, not useful. This is kind of a good color vibe. All right. And maybe this one. Okay, so we are looking at a, oh, and Georgia wants me to pull out the wood veneer jar. Okay, I can do that. Oh, okay, so this is taking a little getting used to with the varifocal. Keep looking up and down. I don't know what to focus on. Yes, Georgia, April's answer is correct. Crumpets do sometimes exist, but there's way more English muffins in America than there are crumpets. And Marvine, a crumpet is a very dense, round, bread-like product that you need to either grill or put in the toaster or something. It needs to be cooked. And it has, one side has all sorts of little holes, and that's where you put your butter or whatever. If you're not putting butter, then I'm confused about your existence in life. But then the butter soaks down into all the holes so that it's like super tasty. Does this make sense? I don't know. Crumpets are to England what bagels are to New York. Okay, use the sassafras. So this sheet is nearly done. Yeah, so I have these two plus 3 little buttons and a circle. We can do that. I was afraid of you saying that, Georgia, butter and marmite, to go and mess it all up. I'm not a Marmite girl. It's like a lesser known Tori Amos song. Look here, I could put the heart and cover up the toilet sign. Ooh, this sticker sheet has been pulled out enough times that the stickers have seen better days. Okay, so we got those two in there. And a little circle, so we're going to put that down here. Have I figured out what the title is happening? No. And then we have 3 buttons. And then it's done. Okay. I'm just going to go with green because he's wearing a green jumper. Okay, how many years did it take? Oh, I have handily cut off the bit that had the year on it. So the world shall never know how long it took me to use that entire sheet of stickers, but I have done it now. Little dance. Okay. Turquoise labels from here. Oh, I meant to go back and see if okay, Beatrix didn't come back and comment. Beatrix, have I confused you or are you all good? Oh, that was not cut as well as I expected. Okay. Let's layer a label down here and then take a smaller one in the same color and tuck it in up at the top. We definitely had crumpets in my house on special occasions growing up. I don't know if we just got them at the normal grocery store or somewhere else. But it's not like we lived in a particularly, a place particularly known for its cultural food. I didn't know what curry was until I moved to England. Did not know. Okay, fabulous. Beatrix found what she needs. Excellent. That's what we want to hear. Anything on here title sized? Not really. Oh yeah, this is from the old basket, so everything here is definitely of an age. Oh, I don't like how that's lined up there. Okay, 2 of those and a little diagonal. I loved this glitter finish. I wish we could have had it on more things. So let's add it today. Could I use the spring in my title? Could do. And what else do we have with that? Okay. I'm not sure if I can put a third bit on there, but I might. Okay, I've got these two kinds of stars for confetti, but let's go for it. Let's use this one, and then I'm going to stamp West End Flea Market underneath. So my letters are saw them at the beginning of today's video. I made a mental note. Here they are. Like, I'm sure they were here. Yes, they're 3 inches away from where I looked and then panicked. All right. And we've got, okay, if we did Thursday, I know we're booked Thursday evening, so it would have to be daytime Thursday. Like lunchtime, middle of the day, good for anybody? The pink banner. This one. I just don't like one of those on its own. Those all need to go together in my mind. Oh yeah, Jolene and Marvine, you guys need to exchange details somehow. All right. Okay. Sorry, gonna be boring and do letter stamps. But let's go back to that middle pink here. I want to use that. That is worn lipstick. Okay, why don't Marvine and Jolene, can you both send me a message that says KC Meetup in the subject line? Both send me an email, and then that way I can get a hold of both of you. And if one of you or both of you could put the name of that store in your email so that I don't lose track of where we're thinking we're going to meet up, that would be great. Is that all right? Oh, Sunshine, where did you go? So I think I'm just going to stamp Flea Market, and then I'm going to use little stickers for West End, I think. Because otherwise it's just going to be way too much. Okay, Wednesday also works for Jolene. Marvine, if you want to put in your email, if you have a preference, Wednesday, Thursday, let me know. Oh, I'm not doing a great job with this stamping, so now I need to make the wonkiness work out a bit better. I'm going to need a border piece there too, but that's okay. Oh, because yeah, no, that's fine. Oh, by the way, with these letter stamps, you can get a nice, perfect impression. I'm purposely not wanting that. So if you're looking, going, oh my goodness, those stamps, they leave gaps. Yeah, because that's how I'm making them. So it's okay. Just wanting to use the little bit more textured version of an oxide where it's a little imperfect rather than super clean and crisp. I tend to lean into that on a live stream because perfect stamping requires me to focus and be silent. And that doesn't make for great live streaming. Yep, I could just cover it up if I screw it up, but also look, it's fine. Even when I noticed right about here that I didn't like how this was coming out, but I've saved it here by just making them go up and down a little bit. Georgia says, did I get the Scrap and Learn alpha stamps? No, I didn't. I didn't know they were a thing until they showed them at the weekend, and I was like, oh, that's cute. No, I don't have those. All right, so that's the flea market-y bit. Put them in this box so you don't keep losing them. And then let's have some little stickers for West End. We could go back to woodgrain. Woodgrain on woodgrain. I kind of like the contrast of the dark one. Okay. Oh, Georgia wanted to order them, but the postage came up as $66. It might be worth just notifying Andrea and saying, is this right, or is it a glitch in the shop software? Because it sounds like a glitch in the shop software. Oh, Joanna had massive buffering issues for Scrap and Learn. They all played through pretty clear here, so I don't know. I'm really sorry. I obviously don't have anything to do with anything other than presenting my bit. So if you need to talk to somebody, please do. They're really nice people, and they won't have wanted you to have a bad experience. Yeah. There we go. Look at that lining up there. That's the Simple Stories color vibe, and it's a whole sticker book of just wood grains. Super useful. That's my second one. That looks like I haven't used many, but that's actually the second one. Okay, so we've got a title in here now. Let's bring some layers up into this top section. I've got 3 of that now, so I don't think I want to add more of that. But I did want to bring in that little water. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, I feel like I'm going to cough a lot, so I'm going to finish this really quickly. we're going to see if I can just finish a little bit. I'm going to talk really softly. Can you still hear me if I talk like this? Okay. So I was trying to go through and find sets of 3. I'm going to leave here. Love you all. Thanks for watching.